Here's why calories in, calories out is actually making you more overweight, not leaner. Every single fitness influencer preaches calories in, calories out, but I've helped over 400 high performers lose weight most of the time without tracking a single calorie, including business dinners, traveling to different countries, and family weekends. I've got a degree in biomedical science, and I used to be obsessed with MyFitnessPal. I ended up burning out, spending way too much in the gym, constantly anxious about food, and I wasn't recovering properly. When I discovered that the real reason 90% of people quit dieting isn't willpower, it's calorie counting fatigue, and it's not having systems that fit their life. So in the next 8 minutes, I'm going to show you the laziest fuck system that got me to 8% body fat and helped me gain 9 kilos of muscle, and how I've helped people like Saeed drop 15 kilos in 5 months without constant workout, without tracking or weighing all their food. So let's get into it. When you obsess over tracking every single calorie, you can't enjoy your life. You can't be present and focused with your family or with your work. And it means you're constantly worrying about every single bite of food that you put into your body. You're so focused on the numbers that you ignore your hunger cues, your energy, your food quality. It also means you don't develop your intuitive eating skills. You're on vacation, you've got a busy week, social occasion, you end up spiraling. You then stress about the fact that you don't know what you're putting into your body. I've lived it. I used to weigh almonds. I panicked over restaurant meals, and it meant that I was constantly fatigued. I was constantly hungry. And whenever I stopped losing weight, I'd feel like I'd have to just drop my calories even more. Most people eventually hit this wall. It's called diet fatigue. Weight loss stalls. So you end up slashing your calories even lower. You add more cardio, you push harder in the gym. That slows your metabolism even more, leading to burnout, binges, and yo-yo weight gain. Your body goes into survival mode. So it holds on to every single calorie and makes you crave high energy foods. And the harder you restrict, the harder it fights back. Sometimes the solution isn't less food and more exercise. Sometimes it's actually to eat more strategically and rebuild your metabolism. So here's what actually works: intelligent laziness. Instead of tracking every bite, use a simple system that gets you 90% of the result without the stress. That means that you can also focus on your work and you can follow it year round. But let's be clear, you do need to know your numbers first. If you don't know your macros and calories, you don't know what you're aiming for, you don't know what that target is. So step one is figure out your calorie target, your proteins, carbs, and fats. I've actually linked a free macro calculator in the description. That's going to tell you exactly what you need to eat for fat loss or for gaining muscle, and it will be sent straight to your inbox. Step two is portion control. Now, you don't need to weigh every almond or log every slice of bread. Instead, know roughly what your calories and protein per meal should be. That gives you a clear target without the obsession. And the easiest way to start, improve one meal at a time. So first, just focus on getting your breakfast right. Once that's consistent, improve your lunch. Then finally, dial in your dinner. You'll start to see results just from gradually cleaning up your portions and focusing on hitting that protein goal, which is the most important one, because protein keeps you full, helps you recover, and you actually burn 2 to 3 times more calories than carbs just digesting protein. Just increasing your protein, getting that in first, is going to help you win. Step 3 is about flexibility, and that's where the traffic light system comes in. It's about getting your calories right over the week, not over the day. Most people get this wrong. So an amber day, this is your normal rhythm. You hit your protein, you hit your rough calories in your portions. That should be at about 80% of the week. A red day, that's like a blowout client dinner. You go over, no guilt, no worries. That's absolutely fine. That you can still get results if you do that. Green day, this is your reset. You still hit your protein, but you lower your carbs and you lower your fats so that you balance your calories out. Now, the key is that over the week, your calories are balanced. You don't need to be perfect every day or every meal. You just need to hit the right balance of amber, red, and green days. Take Saeed, for example. He dropped 14 kilos in around about 5 months. Didn't even go to a gym, mostly just focused on swimming. Did not count a single calorie. We did use an AI food scanner that I use with clients to keep things easy, but the main focus was habits, portion control, and using the traffic light system consistently. He had structure during the week, flexibility for social occasions, and confidence to adjust when life got busy or messy. And that's why he succeeded while most people quit. Now, let's cover exercise. Most people think fat loss is spending hours at the gym, punishing cardio, training 6 days a week. I used to do this until I completely burnt out and had to quit my job, ended up with injuries and health issues. So the laziest fuck approach is 1 to 2 hours a week of training total. That's it. You can do more if you want to, that's fine, but we don't want to rely on that. So here is the structure: 15 to 30-minute workouts, 3 to 4 times a week. Focus on compound movements that hit multiple muscles at once, and then add in short finishes that keep your metabolism firing for 24 to 48 hours. So even if you only train 3 times a week doing short workouts, your metabolism will be fired up, you'll be building strength, and you will also be burning fat throughout the whole time, and is flexible. Ollie, as an example, he works 12 to 14-hour days. Over 16 weeks, he dropped 15 kilograms. Some weeks he could only do 5 to 10-minute workouts. Some weeks he didn't even manage to do any workouts at all, but he still lost the weight because he had the mindset, he had the systems, he had the flexible approach with the traffic light system. And when he could train, he made it count. When he couldn't, the nutrition and the traffic light system kept him on track. That's real life consistency, not perfection. And do you know the cool part? His kids now exercise every single morning without fail. So it's actually had a wider impact on his whole family. Key is understanding that exercise is the cherry on top, not the foundation. Your nutrition does 80% of the work. Exercise just accelerates the process and helps you keep the muscle while losing fat. Or you can add in additional amounts so you can build strength and build muscle at the same time. But if you rely on exercise to lose weight, your metabolism will slow down at some point, potentially you'll burn out. And if you can't keep on top of the workouts, then what happens when work takes over? Your results go out the window and you have to start from scratch and you end up feeling like a failure. Here's the final piece: overcoming plateaus. Your weight loss will stall at some point. The results will slow down, what you're doing won't work, and you're gonna feel like, man, I'm putting all this effort into training, eating healthy, tracking my habits, and I've not lost any weight for 2 to 3 weeks. This is the make or break point. Most people drop their calories, but then what happens is your metabolism slows down. And at the end of the program, you end up having to eat less calories than what you started with. And guess what happens? You're going to regain all that weight back, or you're just going to end up quitting because you're not able to sustain it and turn it into a lifestyle. This is where adjusting your carbohydrates and your fats and getting your activity right is the most important step. At some point, you might need to increase your calories. Typically after a weight loss phase, we need to rebuild that metabolism back up so you don't have to rely on eating less calories, you can actually eat more. And most people get this wrong. If you just reduce your calories and exercise more, you're setting yourself up for failure. So a couple of quick tips. Number one, adjust your carbohydrates based on your activity, carbohydrate cycling. So the easiest way to do that is if you're training today, you're going to eat a few more carbs before and after your training session. If you're not training, you're going to reduce your carbs a little bit as well. So you create a little bit of variety, but what you're doing is your body's able to better utilize those carbs and that fuel for energy so you can push harder in the gym and not feel completely fatigued. It also helps you to use fuel more effectively. The other thing is you're also teaching your body to burn more fat on your days off because you're eating a few less carbs on those days. Now, this isn't keto, this isn't paleo, this isn't massive restriction. We're just creating a bit of variety between your training and your non-training days. It's important though, if you eat less carbs, that you're going to eat more healthy fats. This helps refuel your hormones, keeps your metabolism firing, and it means that you're also able to sustain your energy throughout the day and not feel hungry all the time. When you hit that diet fatigue, most people just drop their calories, most people just exercise more, and that is going to work against you. It can work in the short term, but it also means your metabolism is going to crash and you're more likely to regain the weight. So focus on daily movement and steps, not eating less, and you might even be able to increase your calories back up to get your metabolism firing again. Remember, your body is smart. It's wired for survival, not fat loss. But the biggest mistake is more restriction. You'll put your body into survival mode and it will work against you. So now you got a choice. Keep grinding with calorie counting, keep increasing the activity, or adopt a system built for real life. So I've put together a 7-day roadmap for you. The 7-day executive fat loss kickstart program is completely free. And inside, you're going to get the 7-day step-by-step system to drop 3 to 5 pounds of fat in the next 7 days. I'm also going to give you the traffic light system templates and the fat loss travel checklist and blueprint to lose fat on the go while traveling or with eating meals out. So click the link below and you'll be able to access that course straight away, as well as some other cool bonuses inside of my school community. And if you want to see exactly how to break through those fat loss plateaus when your body does fight back, then check out the next video on the 3 metabolic reset strategies to melt body fat in just 72 hours.